You made it to the end of this day, even though parts of it felt heavier than you expected. And right now, before sleep, you don't need to explain that to anyone.
There's something about nighttime that makes everything louder. Thoughts you kept quiet all day start tapping you on the shoulder. Worries you managed to carry suddenly ask to be felt.
So let's slow this moment down. You're allowed to rest here, not because everything is resolved, not because you finally figured it out, but because you are not meant to hold the night by yourself.
Tonight isn't asking you to be strong, it's asking you to be honest. If fear feels close, you're not failing. If your mind won't quiet, you're not broken.
If your heart feels tired in a way sleep alone doesn't fix, you're not alone. This is a safe moment. You don't have to guard your thoughts. You don't have to stay alert.
You don't have to replay the day or rehearse tomorrow. You can loosen your grip now. There's a quiet truth many of us forget at night. You are not the one keeping everything together. The God who carried you through the hours you barely noticed is still here when the lights go out. He will watch over you. Psalm 121:7. Not tomorrow, not after you pray better, not after you calm down. Now, as you lie here, let your body hear this before your mind argues with it. You are covered. You are not exposed. You are not unguarded. You don't need perfect faith to be protected. You don't need the right words. You don't need to feel brave. You only need to rest where you already are. If your thoughts wander, let them wander gently. If fear shows up, don't wrestle it. Just remember, fear doesn't get to stand watch tonight. There is no fear in love. Wise fatherly voice. 1 John 4:18. Love is already here. So take a slow breath. Not to fix anything, just to notice that you're still breathing. Another breath.
Not because you're trying to calm yourself, but because you're allowed to be human in this moment. You are safer than you think, and you don't have to prove anything to sleep. Stay here. We're not rushing this night. As the night settles in, there's often a moment when the noise fades, but the questions don't. The house gets quiet. The phone stops buzzing. And suddenly you're left with yourself. That's usually when the weight shows up. Not dramatic weight, not panic. Just that low, steady pressure in your chest that says, I don't know how this is going to work out. If that's where you are, you don't need to push past it. You don't need to argue with it.
You don't need to spiritualize it away. You can just tell the truth about it. Some nights aren't loud. They're uncertain. You replay conversations. You wonder if you said too much or not enough.
You think about what's unfinished, what's unresolved, what's still out of your control. And control is usually what we're really tired of chasing.
Because carrying the responsibility for outcomes was never meant to follow you into bed. Tonight, you're allowed to set it down. Not forever, just for now.
There's a difference between giving up and giving something over. Giving up says, nothing matters. Giving something over says, this matters, but I don't have to manage it alone.
That's a quiet kind of faith. The kind that doesn't announce itself. The kind that just loosens its grip and exhales. Cast your cares on Him, because He cares for you.
Wise fatherly voice. Not because you're careless, but because you're human. You don't have to solve tomorrow tonight. You don't have to prepare for every possibility.
You don't have to stay mentally awake just in case something goes wrong. Nothing is improved by your exhaustion. If your mind keeps circling the same thoughts, don't judge yourself for it.
Minds do that when hearts are tired. Instead of chasing the thought, try this. Let it pass by without following it. You don't need to finish every mental sentence.
You don't need to answer every what if. Peace often comes when we stop participating in the argument. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Stillness isn't passivity.
It's trust without tension. So if you wake up tonight, you don't have to panic. If your sleep feels light, you're not failing rest. If your body feels alert even when your soul is tired, that doesn't mean anything is wrong. It just means you've been carrying a lot. And right now, you don't have to carry it. Let the night do what it was created to do. Let your body slow down in its own time. Let your thoughts drift without needing direction. You're not falling behind by resting. You're being restored by it. Stay here a little longer. The night hasn't finished holding you yet. There's a moment in the night when your body is tired, but your heart is still awake, not racing, just aware. It's the moment when you realize how much of yourself you gave away today, to work, to people, to expectations, to staying composed when you didn't feel steady. By nightfall, what's left can feel thin. If you're noticing that emptiness, don't rush to fill it. Don't reach for noise just to avoid it. Sometimes the ache is simply your soul asking to be seen. You don't need to label it. You don't need to fix it. You don't even need to understand it. You can let it exist without panic. A lot of us learned to measure our worth by how much we hold together, by how productive we are, by how calm we appear, by how little we need. Night has a way of undoing that illusion. When everything slows down, we notice the truth. We weren't built to be self-sufficient, and that's not a flaw, it's a design. My grace is sufficient for you. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Sufficient doesn't mean overwhelming. It means enough. Enough for the tired parts. Enough for the questions without answers. Enough for the parts of you that feel unfinished. If today felt like too much, you don't have to minimize that. God isn't asking you to pretend it was fine. He's not waiting for you to sound strong. He's near in the honesty. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. Psalm 34:18. Not just the shattered ones, the quietly worn ones. The ones who functioned all day and fell apart only when it got quiet. So, if your chest feels tight, if your throat feels heavy, if your eyes feel tired in a deeper way than sleep fixes, you can stop resisting that feeling. You don't have to sink into it. Just stop fighting it. Sometimes peace comes when we allow ourselves to be weak without shame. You are not disappointing God by being tired. You're not letting Him down by needing rest. You are not failing faith by admitting you don't have it in you tonight. That admission is often where real trust begins. So let the night be gentle with you. Let it lower the volume on the world's demands. Let it remind you that you are more than what you produce today. You are still held, still known, still cared for. And you don't have to rush back into strength yet. Rest can wait for sleep. Right now, this moment is just about being allowed to be human. Stay here. Somewhere in the quiet, a question usually surfaces, not out loud, just beneath the surface. What if this doesn't change? What if I'm still here tomorrow? Night has a way of asking the questions we avoid during the day. You might not even know exactly what you're worried about. It's not always one clear fear. Sometimes it's just the sense that life feels fragile and you're not sure where the ground is.
If that uncertainty feels close tonight, you don't need to push it away. You don't need to answer it. You can sit with it without letting it decide anything. Uncertainty doesn't mean you're off track. It means you're human in a world that doesn't give guarantees. But here's the quiet truth. Your safety was never rooted in certainty. It's rooted in presence. I will never leave you nor forsake you. Hebrews 13:5. That promise doesn't require you to feel confident. It doesn't ask you to know what's next. It just stays. When you don't know what's coming, God isn't guessing.
When you feel unsure, He isn't unsettled. When you're lying here with questions, He isn't absent. You don't have to see the whole path tonight. You don't even have to see the next step. You only have to let yourself be where you are. Some nights are about direction. Others are just about being carried. And being carried doesn't mean you're failing. It means you've reached the end of what you can do on your own. That's not the end of the story. It's the beginning of rest. If you lie down, you will not be afraid.
Wise fatherly voice. Proverbs 3:24. Not because fear never knocks, but because fear doesn't get to stay. If your body is tense, let it soften slowly. You don't need to force relaxation. Just stop bracing.
You don't have to stay on guard. You don't have to be ready for everything. This night is not a test. It's a pause.
And pauses are where protection often shows up quietly, without noise, without effort, without you having to notice it.
So if you feel suspended between what was and what's next, let that space hold you instead of scare you. You are not drifting. You are being held in the in-between. By now, the night has likely changed its texture. Not lighter exactly, just quieter. The sharp edges have softened. The urgency has thinned. And what's left is something slower, heavier, but more honest. This is usually when resistance fades, not because everything feels okay, but because you're tired of holding yourself up.
There's relief in that tiredness. It's the moment you stop negotiating with your thoughts, stop explaining yourself internally, stop trying to feel a certain way. You just let yourself be here. That's often where trust begins, not as confidence, but as release. Come to me, all who are weary. Matthew 11:28. Not the ones who have clarity, not the ones who prayed it right, the weary ones. The ones who ran out of strategies, the ones who did their best and still feel undone. If you're here tonight, you qualify. You don't need to hand God a polished version of yourself. You don't need to sort your emotions before offering them. You don't need to resolve the tension inside. You can bring the mess without explanation. Rest isn't something you earn at the end of a good day. It's something you receive at the end of your strength. So if your breathing is deeper now, let it be. If your eyelids feel heavy, don't fight that either. Sleep doesn't arrive because you force it. It arrives because you stop resisting it. And even if sleep still feels far away, this quiet is already doing its work. Your nervous system is learning that it doesn't have to stay alert. Your soul is remembering that it doesn't have to stay guarded. You are not abandoning responsibility by resting. You are trusting that responsibility doesn't belong to you alone. In peace, I will lie down and sleep. Psalm 4:8. Peace doesn't mean everything is solved. It means you are no longer trying to solve everything tonight. So if your thoughts slow, let them. If silence stretches, don't rush to fill it. You are not wasting time. You are being cared for in a way that words can't manage.
When the body realizes it's safe enough to stop pretending, you might feel smaller here, more aware of your limits, less certain of your strength. That's not a step backward.
It's a return to what's real. Strength was never meant to be something you carry alone. It was always meant to be shared. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing.
Psalm 23:1. Not because you have everything, but because you are being led. If you think about today, honestly, there were moments you didn't know how you'd get through, and yet, you did. Not by force, not by having the right answers, but by being carried in ways you may not even remember. That same care hasn't disappeared now that the day is over.
Nothing changes at night except your awareness of how tired you are. If your heart feels soft right now, protect that softness. Don't analyze it. Don't harden it back up. Softness is not weakness.
It's the place where healing can happen. You don't have to prepare yourself for tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow will have its own strength, its own grace, its own breath. His mercies are new every morning. Lamentations. You don't need to stockpile energy. You don't need to rehearse courage. All you need right now is permission to stop.
If your mind drifts, let it drift toward gentler places, toward what feels steady, toward what doesn't demand anything from you. You are allowed to rest without being productive.
You are allowed to sleep without earning it. You are allowed to be held without understanding how. Even if sleep doesn't come right away, something else already has.
At this point, the night isn't asking anything from you. It's not demanding answers. It's not pushing you forward.
It's simply offering itself as a place to land. This is where the body usually gives up first, not in defeat, but in trust. Muscles loosen without permission. Breathing finds its own rhythm.
Thoughts lose their edge and start to blur at the corners. If that's happening, don't pull yourself back awake to notice it. Let it happen quietly. You don't need to witness your own rest.
There's something sacred about this stage of the night. Not because it feels spiritual, but because it's honest. This is you without effort, without performance, without trying to be okay.
And that version of you is still fully loved. The Lord gives sleep to those he loves. Psalm 127:2. Not to those who earned it, not to those who managed the day perfectly, to those he loves.
Which means rest isn't a reward, it's a gift. If tomorrow feels uncertain, that can wait. If something is unresolved, it can remain unresolved for now. Nothing is made worse by you sleeping.
In fact, many things are made gentler by it. You don't have to stay half awake just in case something goes wrong. You don't have to keep watch over your life tonight. Someone else is already awake.
He who watches over you will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. So you can let go completely, not gradually, not carefully, completely. If your thoughts fade mid-sentence, that's okay.
If awareness drifts in and out, that's okay too. You are not losing control. You are releasing it. And release is often the final act of trust. Let the night finish what it started.
Let sleep take you without explanation. You don't have to listen closely anymore. If your thoughts are thinning, let them go. If you're half awake, half drifting, that's enough.
This isn't a moment that needs to be remembered.
Some of the most important things happen when we're not conscious enough to notice them. While you rest, you are still being kept.
While you sleep, you are still known. While your mind loosens its grip, nothing essential is being lost. The Lord watches over your coming and going. Psalm 121:8. That includes this moment.
This quiet crossing from effort into rest. You didn't miss anything today that can't wait until morning. You didn't fail by needing to stop. You didn't fall behind by lying down. You arrived exactly where you were meant to end the day. If tomorrow brings clarity, you'll meet it then. If it brings questions, you'll face them with fresh strength. If it brings the same uncertainty, you won't face it alone. But tonight isn't about tomorrow. Tonight is about release. Your body knows how to sleep. Your breath knows how to slow. Your soul knows how to rest, even if you forgot for a while. So let the night finish the sentence you no longer need to complete. You are safe, you are held, you are loved. And nothing else is required of you now. Rest.